Hello. My grandmother gave me a lot of advice. Born in 1888 she was, and I've tried to listen to my elders and learn from all of them. But one of the things she always said, when you're going to go even a short distance, you always carry a jug of water in your car. Things like that. A lot of wisdom from the older people. She was also the one that said, when you kill a rattlesnake, leave him alone. Until that head is cut off, he's still dangerous. More than a few people are dead because they touched a freshly killed rattlesnake and it still had one bite left in it after its death. And there's all sorts of other wisdoms. And now that I'm getting older, I pass on wisdom. One of them is when I'm out on the street selling snow cones for the last 27 years, I tell the young men to not mess with the girls in McCook, and for darn sure, don't make them mad at you. Because that's, I kid you not, you can't win that battle. For example, I had a young lady over at the swimming pool, and she was, about 8 years old. And she was coming over from the pool in her swimming suit, and the swimming suit could not hide the fact that she was overweight. As she got over close to the truck, there were 3 boys over there making fun of her, including the word fatso. So I leaned out to say cool it, but she waved her hand at me, and I don't like to get in fights if I'm not invited. And so I backed away from it, and she said, would you get me a snow cone? So I made her a snow cone and handed it out to her, and she handed it back, and she said, would you double juice my quarter snow cone? So I double juiced a 25-cent snow cone and handed it out to her. And she walked over to the boys, which had their backs turned to us by then, and she grabbed the back of the mouthiest one's swimming trunks, pulled it out, dumped the snow cone down his pants, and she walked back to the swimming pool, never looked back. I watched. And he was jumping around and hollering and everything, and when he got done or calmed down a little bit and was near me, I said, did you learn anything? And at least he learned enough that he didn't mess with her anymore that summer. But it's not just the small girls that you don't want to make mad at you. I had over at the high school, I parked there for 22 years at noon, selling snow cones and stuff, and a young lady came out. She was ahead of the bunch, and to get to my truck, and the others were just starting to come out of the doors. But as she got to my truck, she said, Mr. Bill, can I have a cup? And so I handed her out one of my cups, and she said, thank you. And she walked around the front of my truck, in between my truck and a car, and I saw her bend down. I thought, well, she dropped a book or something, and I was more watching who was going to be coming. Nobody was coming our direction yet, but they would soon, and to make a few dollars for me. And so maybe a minute, if that, she stood back up. And then the contents of her cup was about half full or a little more of yellow liquid. And what the devil? And she walked around to the front of the next car ahead of me, and that window was down on the driver's side, and she threw the contents into that car. Now, what the devil's going on? And she got in her car then, another car, and left. And pretty soon here came the owner of that car, and he come and started to get into it, and he started saying naughty words. And he finally tore off then, and one of the guys that had been near him came over and he said, I bet his girlfriend did that. And I played dumb and I said, well, what's going on? And he said that, well, that guy had broken up with his girlfriend this morning, and to add fuel to the fire, he had asked the girlfriend's best friend to go out with him, and she said yes. And so he said, I bet his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, if you will, did that to him. And because he said that was terrible. And I played dumb and acted like I knew nothing. And no, again, why get in the middle of a battle if you don't have to? But the wisdom says that young ladies will get even. And so, again, one of the words of wisdom from me is don't make them mad, not in McCook. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. I hope this bit of wisdom will give you some safety in the future. Subscribe to my future films and look at some of my past ones. Thank you.